All right, we should be live now. Hey, what's up, everyone? Happy Wednesday, happy hump day. How's everybody doing tonight? We've got quite a bit of people in the pre-stream. Let me know how the stream's doing. For some reason, on the YouTube studio side of things, it keeps on cutting out, but my OBS says there's no issues at all. So, yeah, let me know how everything sounds good. Video's fine, all that good stuff. Hope everyone's doing well though. So as you can see from not only the thumbnail, but also the title of this stream, this is going to be the stream where we hang out with Phynix PC, who, if you didn't know, is the former Artesian Builds employees, the ones that came together to, they wanted to continue what they were doing. They loved their jobs. So this is, what rose from the ashes of that. So pretty excited to talk to them and have you guys be able to talk to them. If you have any questions for them, be sure to ask. Obviously, they might not be able to answer everything just because of the ongoing legal stuff that's still going on, and they probably don't want to like badmouth like former employees or anything like that. So, but if you have any questions, feel free to ask when it's time. But yeah, we're just gonna chill for a bit here, wait for the grace period, let people get their drinks, go to the restroom, get ready for stream. I'm going to put out the membership shout out, which thanks again, as always, to all the channel members that do support, as well as people who gift the channel memberships. But we're just going to hang out in chat right now. We do have a lot of the regulars. We got Shauner, Craig Lilly, as always, Kale130, Michael Libote, Kryptonic HD, did I already say Christopher Coonan, Craig Lilly, Kevin Go, Shane Eslick, we got the stream elements bot as always. Zelda Link. Let's see. We got Extreme Zone. Eric Lopez. Jonathan Talks Hardware as always. Spider 9580 and a bunch others. My chat got cut off. I know Jason Whitmer from the Dreveler Gaming Group is in here, but yeah. Who all saw the ZTT video today? So this is just like perfect timing. So I got the notification because I have bells and subscribe and everything on Zach's channel, and he did a review on a Phynix PC. I didn't watch it though because I'm going to be doing a review on Phynix PC as well, and I don't want anything that I see, that Zach points out. I don't want that to influence me and like basically make a similar video, because that's just what happens regardless of if you intend to or not. If you see like a product review before you're about to review it yourself, it's going to influence what you say about it. So I'm not going to watch Zach's video until after I review Phynix PCs myself. But yeah, it was just a coincidence that he released a video today right when we're doing this stream. The stream was supposed to actually happen last week, but we had to push it. But yeah, so I guess if you saw anything in Zach's video that you want to ask the Phynix people, I guess you can. I'm just going to try not to pay attention to that portion, just again, because I don't want to be influenced by what Zach found or did not find in his video and review. Yes. Hey, what's up, Zach? So Zach's in the chat. Crazy coincidence. I mean, Zach, if you have any questions for Phynix PC, because I'm gonna be technically hosting them. They're streaming on their side right now, so they have their Twitch channel, which I have the links if you guys want to go check it out and be in that chat. But I'm still gonna be in this chat, and what I'm gonna be showing on stream is gonna be the exact same thing they're showing. So, yeah. So maybe we can get, if Zach wants to one-on-one and talk with them, or at least chat and type to them, and they can maybe respond to some stuff. But yeah, crazy coincidence. Zach is deep state, says Jason. Oh yeah. What am I doing? Where's the thing? There it is. Zach is deep state, says Jason Whitmer. Shauner says, lol, fair enough. I won't talk about it too much then. All right, thanks, Shauner. Lucky X Gaming says this is going to be interesting. I think so. So in setting up like the stream and stuff, I've talked to some of the Phynix PC people already just to make sure like you know, we did like a practice call just to make sure everything went smoothly. They seem like a pretty chill group of guys. If you watch the stuff that they have on Twitch and YouTube, they seem very chill. So that's the only reason that I agreed to doing this. As well as being, you know, I'm also interested, I guess, in checking out what they have to offer because they are, you know, supposedly the East Coast team, which was the one that did well from the company. Kevin Ngo has a dealer 6700 XT for 415. I'm gonna pin that, and we can take a look at it real quick. Okay, so let's go over here and see if I have this set up correctly. All right, so while we're just hanging out, waiting for the grace period to be up, we do have a. This is actually this card doesn't look as bad. There are other Eagle cards that look worse. But that $35 off, and you get the $180 worth of games. So, I mean, 415 for 6700 XT, which is this isn't the exact card I'm using, but I am using a 6700 XT in my own personal system. It's running the stream right now. I mean, it performed exactly how it should, and I have no issues with my 6700 XT. Zero issues with AMD drivers, which is the biggest complaint people have apparently. I don't know how. But also there's $180 in games. If anyone buys this and does not want the games, please sell me the Saints Row at a discount. I would totally buy that from you. So you can get even more money back. But yeah. Yeah, so Shauner says, not gonna lie, the Eagle isn't even that ugly in my opinion. Yeah, so this one actually is not ugly. There is a version of the Eagle that has different size fans, which I think is ugly. This one, because you see, like, if you look at the shape of this one, I don't remember which one it was that had the really ugly fans, but this one is a nice rectangular, you know, it's parallel. The fans are all the same size. This one looks fine, in my opinion. It's just like a gray and, you know, it's got that turquoise and gray. There are ugly versions of it though for on other models of cards. But yeah, this one doesn't look bad at all. Shauner might be wasted. Jason Whitmer says, I stole that Saints Row from a 6600 I purchased for a flip. So I guess that's one way. If you want to make profit, you can buy these graphics cards because they're priced so well. And then you can put them into systems for your flips or for your reselling or whatever, your PC selling business. And then you keep all these game codes. Hey, staying 2007. Thanks for the re-membership. This might be automatic or yeah, it is a renewal. But yeah, then you can keep all these game codes and you take them to eBay and you sell them. You know, these are $60 games. You can probably sell them for around 30. So you make some extra money there. Jason, get some more and sell one to me. Then we can play together. Get enough for the whole Drevler gaming crew, actually. Lucky X Gaming says, Danny, would you check Twitter today? So for the most part, I want to focus this on the Phynix PC. If we have time or if they finish the build quicker or if there's just like a slow period, we can go over the Twitter. But I think for this stream, it was going to be mostly for, you know, to talk to Phynix PC. But we'll see. Yeah, it's a pretty mid card, Shauner. I agree with you. Okay, so we're gonna hop over now. 10-minute grace period is over. We're gonna hop over to the Phynix PC side of things, and then we are gonna go from there. So let me switch over to that. We got the Phynix cam going on, as well as where's the? Gotta find the thing. Okay. Oh my god! I just canceled the call. All right. I just canceled the call. Sorry about that. I gotta unmute this though. Great. I'm already messing this up. Okay, let me pop this out. Let me unmute. Okay. Okay. Okay, so I think we're good now. You guys are showing on my screen on the stream. So everyone, this is the team that is going to be on stream tonight from Phynix PC. Can you all introduce yourselves to the people in the stream? Oh, 1 second, 1 second. They say they can't hear you. Let me see. Let me know. So, so Discord audio should be good. I'm seeing in my OBS every time you guys talk, the bars are going, but this happens because I have stuff set to 2 different tracks when I record. So let me see if I can fix this real quick. This is my fault. This is okay. Let's get this fixed real quick.
Okay.
Okay.
Pause change. It's
think
perfect now? Okay.
Okay, how's the audio now on my side of things?
It is a Grateful Dead wall cover. Sorry. It is. Sorry, I got excited.
Audio fixed now. I'm seeing audio fixed in both chats.
Sweet, perfect. Okay, yeah, and then you guys have my chat pulled up. Sweet. So, yeah, okay, back to the introductions.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm Ryan. I think my on-paper title is Website Design Manager. I take care of the website and kind of build that out and maintain it and kind of do some of our backend stuff. And then also, like, I do this right here where I am stream manager and I read chat and kind of take care of stuff so these guys can focus on building.
Yeah.
Sure. My name's Wells. Keep it simple. I'm a builder and I help Pat with purchasing and help Ryan keep things organized.
Yeah, whenever I'm not here, these guys kind of, we all can do the stream manager stuff, but yeah.
He's like in charge of the build process and everything, so yeah. Anyway, I'm Patrick. I'm a builder, but I'm also kind of in charge of like procurement. So I get all the parts and pricing and stuff. Yeah.
All right, so what's going to happen today is they're essentially going to be building 2 systems that they're going to send over for me to check out. So if you guys look on the website, which I do have in the description, it's going to be the first 2 tiers. It's going to be the Harpy and the Syren. So it looks like Patrick's going to start off with the Harpy, which they do have the specs up on the screen right now. And what they're going to be showing you today, their build process, is essentially what they do for every single build that goes out. So if it looks like they're giving me special treatment at all, definitely call them out on it. But I mean, I think, these guys have been building PCs for a while. There shouldn't be any of that going on. Every customer should get the top treatment. So I'm pretty confident that they'll do that. But yeah, feel free to ask them any questions. I'll try to pull up stuff that people ask using the chat highlighter. And then they can also talk about anything that they want to on their end. So
Just a disclaimer, we've already prepped this stuff, but usually you can watch your stuff getting like unwrapped in plastic, and we're kind of short on time though.
Yeah, it's a little late for us. We're on East Coast, and so it's 8 o'clock for us, and we don't want to go too late. And so yeah, Pat has prepped this build. That's a little bit out of the ordinary, but
everything is brand new though.
Yeah, everything we just unbox and talk with chat while building. We saw that Zach was in chat earlier, in your chat.
Yes, he was. Let's see if he's still around. Zach's a super busy dude. He's got 2 kids. He's got his own channel and mini company to run. So sometimes he just like quickly stops in to say hi. But I'm curious if he's still there. Zach, if you're still there, say something. I'll highlight your comment. Yeah.
I saw that he said, that we probably wouldn't have too much to argue with his review, and yeah, I mean that's pretty spot on. We don't have anything to argue. There's some good, valid criticism, but that being said, incidentally, that a lot of that stuff we have worked out now.
Yep.
Super busy on vacation, but here to say hi. Well, hey Zach.
How's it going?
Sorry,
What's up?
I personally dropped the ball on emailing you before your build. It was the first build, and we've been out of this for months. It's not a good excuse, but I just completely slipped my mind.
Yeah, we're still, as you put it before, we've done all this before, and built 20 plus pieces and say all well and good, but we've never done it from the confines of a
apartment, people warehouse.
whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
And,
So yeah, we are kind of like
You were the first build too.
yeah,
Yep.
very first build. But yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna run a poll real quick just because I'm curious about what my viewers think about this. And the question is, if you were to buy a pre-built PC, would you prefer to see your build done live on stream? Because that's just something that a lot companies are starting to do now. But I'm just curious myself, how many people out there would actually care to watch it being built live versus how it's been always done in the past. You put the order in and you just get this complete thing, not knowing who built it, not knowing the steps in the process and stuff. So,
Well, that's a really good question because obviously that's good for us to know too.
Yeah, because I guess for my question for you is, if would you say that the whole stream process, does that put more work on you guys and I guess push the price of your systems up at all? Like, do you factor that into when you put in your labor fees and all of that?
I think it's kind of assumed it's included.
Okay.
But everything's like included, like our warranty is included. Like
Yeah.
100% on like the time end, because a lot of times we'll get asked, can I get my PC built offline? And we assume that they are thinking that if their build is done offline, then it gets done faster. But that's just not true. All the builds take the same amount of time, whether they're on stream or off stream. And actually, at the point that we're at right now, it probably wouldn't make too much of a difference.
Mm-hmm.
But definitely for seeing being in a warehouse, it actually slows it down getting it built off stream, because then we have to figure out how to get that built and when to get it built and who builds it.
Okay.
So yeah, it's actually more consideration getting it done built off stream than on, for how we have it set up.
Okay. We got a super chat from PC Tech Hustles, and he says, "Now this is super cool. I'm excited to watch the stream." Okay, so thanks Dan for the super chat donation, and thanks for the support. There's another question from Jason Whitmer. Where's y'all's funding coming from? Is it co-owned by all the employees? So
yeah, so I saw that question. I was going to bring that up. Yeah, so where's the funding coming from? It's coming 100% from us right now. We're really just putting our all into this. We try and advertise on the website that we are an employee-owned startup company. And so, yeah, that does mean that technically, all of us own a percentage of the company. And we're very proud of that fact because, maybe we'll get into this a bit later, but obviously we got, done a little dirty. And so it feels good for us to kind of all be on, a pretty level playing field. And we're in it as a team, not as, a dictatorship or anything like that.
Mm-hmm. Which someone else had another comment. Rflet said, "I worked for a sociopath owner like the Artesian guy, so I can understand the hell you guys went through." So there's other people who, after I guess seeing the story and all the coverage, can sympathize with you. So
yeah, someone asked, "Is it 3 or how many?" So go check out our website. In the About Us page, we have a picture of pretty much everyone, and that way you can kind of familiar yourself with the faces and the names.
I think it's technically, I think
there's 12 pictures on the website
total right now.
But we have 1 or 2 people behind the scenes that we just didn't have a chance to work into those pictures. But
I'm gonna pull that up on my side. But yeah, so okay. Here's your team picture, the one with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of you, and then there's the individual pictures. So you're saying there's even more, some employees that are not shown on both of these, right?
We actually just had Al walk in the door. I don't know if he wants to come on stream or not. You want to?
Oh, let's go back to the cam.
So yeah, do you want to introduce yourself?
Sure, I'm Al. I initialized your PC, most likely. If you are using one of our PCs, make sure that thing was running nice and neat. Been working with the guys for about, what, a year now?
Maybe a little more than that.
Yeah, possibly longer than a year. Laid back, you know, just
Yeah.
intriguing stuff. What's up, Noonchi?
Christopher Coonan says, hey, nice to meet you all. Shane Eslick says, yeah, Artesian did seem like it was a D-I-C-K, tatership.
Yeah, so we try and be as graceful as possible about it, and
Yeah.
we use redacted for both the company and the CEO. But yeah, I guess no comment, but with a smile.
Yeah, they gotta remain professional about it, but the viewers seem to be having a field day with, crapping on Artesian. But let's see.
We're trying to answer as honestly as we can, right?
Yeah.
Like we don't want to deny where we came from, but yeah, we're just trying to be as graceful as possible about it.
Yeah.
Did no one spell check the company name? It's supposed to be Phynix. So yeah, I mean, if you'd like, do you want us to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, actually, that'd be pretty awesome. Like, how did you come up with not only the name, but that way of spelling, the name?
Well, none of us really know how to read. So
No, he's joking. Oh wow, hi Dad. Yeah. So very early on, when we weren't even 100% sure of like, are we going to start this company? We just thought it was really poetic having the rising from the ashes, the phoenix. Something has died and something is rising from the ashes. So we just really loved, that metaphor. And then if you go on Google and then you type in Phoenix, spelled, Phoenix the correct way, you get the city, you get like a bajillion other things. So, I mean, yeah, we kind of wanted to make the SEO a little in our favor. So we spelled it funky.
Okay, I would have never thought of that. That's actually, now I think it's so smart.
Yeah, we have some really incredible people on the team, for sure.
What's up, 420? Got another. He was. I think I remember you coming in redacted chat, but for sure.
As a fellow PC builder, I can confirm we don't read. These guys love to say that we can't read.
They won't let me learn how to read. I don't understand why.
Come on, you know how to read.
Okay, so then we got a pretty interesting question from Danny Carbajal. He asks, how much of the team is full-time versus part-time?
Yeah, so
right now it's what, 5 people that are, so we've sort of broken it down into like, super full-time, part-time, and then people who are sort of like on the back burner.
I mean, I think the best way to answer it would be that there's only 4 of us that are doing this full-time and haven't had to go get another job or anything. And that's me, Pat, Wells, and LeBron.
We're like 60 maybe, 40% full times.
I don't know, because that's 4 out of
Again, I think it would
14
be 30.
Yeah.
30.
Yeah.
3 divided by 12 is 25. No, 4. I can't do math either. 4 divided by 12 is 33%.
Listen,
oh my God.
I'm not good with mental math, so that's why I didn't say anything.
Yes.
I may have a physics degree, but
I build PCs. I went to college, but I don't remember it.
Okay, so we got another question from Jason. As a startup, I'm assuming the owners aren't getting salaries yet. How long do you think you'll get to the point where everyone is getting paid comfortably? And on top of that, if you could also talk about, like, right now with how the PC climate is, with the part pricing being pretty good for people to build their own, how have you guys been dealing with that, and what your projection is, moving forward to like the rest of the year?
Yeah, so we don't really have we have figures in a Google Doc as to like how many PCs we need to build per month or per year, whatever, to cover salaries. We're obviously not there yet, so we're
getting there.
And I
mean, we don't want to give everything away, but we're getting close to the point where the like 4 people who are doing this like full time, like super full time, we're getting close to the point where we can not like get a salary, but like just get our bills paid.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Make sure we don't end up living in the
light box.
The light box or the cardboard box that the PCs come in.
Yeah. So, and then you asked us to talk about kind of like the state of the market.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I mean, maybe Pat, you can talk about this a little bit, but like, I feel like the main consideration there is just, it's really weird right now because like sometimes we can get parts cheaper on Amazon than we can from a distributor, and that's not really how it's supposed to work.
Yeah,
so
definitely
that's
not.
A little bit funky.
Just the market's so volatile right now; it's like up and down too fast, and I don't think the distributors can like compensate quickly.
And especially with the influx of GPUs into the market from the mining crash, manufacturers are now feeling like they need, and I'm sure you guys have all seen, feeling like they need to just tank, slash prices, everywhere. And so like distributors might have bought some of their stock.
Yeah.
Let's say like a month ago when the market was 10% higher, they don't want to just now sell either at cost or a loss. They need to find someone who's going to buy them.
Buy high, sell low kind of thing.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, definitely like understand where the distributors are coming from, but it's just
They're
a crazy situation to be in.
I think they're also trying to dump because the 40 series is about to.
Yeah, that too. Well, I saw the 3090 Ti was as low as like $1,200 or something like that recently.
Yeah, it's going down pretty fast. So I that must be very difficult for you guys because obviously you want to be able to have parts on hand ready to go in case anyone orders a PC, but you can't order too much stuff, otherwise you're gonna be left with the bag as the prices continue to drop or new stuff releases. Yeah,
so given that we don't really have any sort of like wealthy or like heavy investors right now, our stock is sort of come and go to a degree. Like we can't, for market reasons and for just pure monetary reasons, we can't just keep 100 PCs worth of parts on hand. We also couldn't fit that much stuff in the space. And
do you remember what the driver was for?
It should be in there.
Oh, I put it over there. I took the timer on.
I saw 2 comments that I think are pretty good ones. May I ask why so many pre-built come with case that has poor airflow? We specifically spec'd out our builds to have good thermals, good airflow. Like we really care about giving the best performance for the price that we could possibly do. I know in general, but I'm saying like we understand that because we see it too, right? Like because you go buy a PC from Walmart or something,
Best Buy,
or like Dell, that thing's gonna be
sort of
choked off.
Prioritize aesthetics and like not to dog on NZXT, but you think about the H510 and it's just a white or black box. I mean, that was kind of the trend. It's still sort of the trend, but the trend a couple of years ago was to just have something as clean and sleek as possible. It sort of came at the price of airflow.
And then Danny also asked, do you use all new parts? So
Sure do.
Absolutely. We like try and get every part to where it has like unboxing aspect to it. Like sometimes we get, or not right now, but like we could get a tray of CPUs. So in that case, you can't really unbox that, but definitely we have a priority of like, we want you to see that we're using all new parts for your build.
Yeah, and Danny, I think he said he came late to the stream a bit, so he may have missed the part where you said that normally during these streams when you do somebody's build, like if they wanted to watch their own system get built, you guys have everything with the plastic wrap on it, and you will unwrap it, basically, you know, showing that it all came from brand new, and yeah.
Well, that's also something, to sort of tie into that. Something that we really like about the live process is, one, yes, it confirms that you're getting new parts, but also just like, I think like somebody sort of mentioned earlier, the sort of like responsibility and accountability. I mean, if you watch us do something and we fuck up, we can't, if we drop, let's say we're building with AMD and we drop a CPU and we not only bend some pins, but we break some pins off, we can't just sit there for an hour and, straighten up all those pins. We gotta, make sure that we're putting a new part, in the PC. And it kind of, I think it just, it certainly doesn't make us feel any worse for having to do that, but it definitely makes the customer feel better.
Yeah.
And plus, like there's also the like fact of like the stress testing that we do as well. So like you're gonna get a working product no matter what, but obviously stuff can happen in shipping, but all things considered, that's kind of unlikely occurrence to like for something bad to happen in shipping.
Yeah.
Some turbo button. Oh boy.
Shane Eslick had a question that said, how have you worked out your build cost per PC? Does it scale with the cost of the PC or a flat rate? So it's like, is it a percentage or is it just, like 100 or 200, whatever tacked on to whatever the parts cost is?
So I think I'll let Pat handle that one.
So we're trying to go around like a certain percent. It doesn't really scale with the build, so it's just a percentage. Okay.
So kind of the same percentage for, I'm going to pull up the builds, but all three builds. It's not like one's like 15%, then as it gets more expensive, it goes up to like 20 or 30 or anything like that. So you're trying to aim for around the same percentage of for each of the build.
Yeah. Blends 420, thanks for the sub. The live aspect leads to a high element of accountability and credibility to the process. Absolutely, yeah.
That's what we like about it.
I think I might need to talk a little louder.
Yeah. Well, you have to project. Come on. I'll also move the mic up just a tad, though. And then someone said, like, any insights on, GPU prices leveling out?
No.
I don't think anyone. If anyone says that they can give you like some insights, they're crazy.
It sort of seems that, it's anybody's guess at this point, and my guess is that, especially with the 4000 series incoming, 3000 series prices will start to drop a little bit more as they get more and more desperate to unload them, but we also don't know what the state of the silicon shortage is right now, because while not as many people are buying new GPUs, well, and that's another thing, is that I think Nvidia showed its lowest either like quarterly revenue or monthly revenue or something like that recently, and so it could be something to do with that, but
yeah, it's just really, because
it's just too hard to tell.
Who knows what's going to happen when 40 series comes out, because they could be like using the same pricing that they did for 30 series, and then people are going to be upset about that, because obviously they should be, the prices shouldn't be that high, or they could have maybe learned their lesson. And
they are going to be vastly better products. The 4090 I think is looking to be anywhere between, someone said double the performance. I think that's probably a stretch.
Yeah, that's what the leaks or rumors are coming out to be, but I don't believe it. It's never been like that. Never in any generation for one like SKU of card has it had double performance. But,
I will say though that there's sort of like the general trend, as an average technology, advances at a pretty like exponential rate, but I don't think we're there just yet.
I'm gonna interrupt real quick. Dr. Jekyll, thank you for the sub, and Beers and Bacon, thank you for the 5 subs. Thank you so much. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, Deputy Northern, Danimal Cracker, Misun, Chartier 67, and Midnight XX Road.
Yeah, and Beers and Bacon also gave me a super chat on my side that it scrolled up because we were in the middle of talking about that. But
Cool.
thanks for the $2 super chat, Beers and Bacon. And he had a question on his super chat. He asked, "What was everyone's first build?" His was a Pentium 2. So I guess to know a little bit more about your guys' like build history, or like how long you've been into PC gaming and all of that, what were your guys' first builds? And I'll put mine up after you guys go.
Yeah, so kind of like my first like build that I did, not like my first gaming computer, was, I believe it was like a 6700, an Intel 6700, and a Radeon RX 480, maybe, I can't remember. But yeah, that was like 5 years ago. Well, what about you?
Yeah, so my first was after my freshman year of college, and I had laptops and like an Xbox or something like that before. But my friend was getting the new 1080 like as soon as it came out from Micro Center, and so he's like, "Hey, do you want my computer for $500?" And I was like, "Fuck yeah, I want your computer for $500." And it was an i5 4690K with a 970, 16 gigs of RAM. That i5 had a stock Intel cooler on it, and I remember it probably wasn't all of a sudden, but I was like in my college dorm, and I didn't really know about PCs at this point. I had it butt up to the heater in my college dorm room.
Oh,
and
no.
I just started getting horrible frame drops all over the place. And I checked my temperature, and it was like 90 degrees, and I was like, I don't know if this is bad or not. And so I pulled the case off, and the stock Intel cooler was caked with dust. I mean a solid chunk of dust just between each fin. It was atrocious.
Kyle's Killer, thanks for the sub. Yeah, no, really recently I cleaned out like both my like first PC and the one that like I built, and gosh, the dust built up on that first PC because it was just like a Dell Pavilion or something that we had gotten off Craigslist, and the person had just like replaced the graphics card in it or something, and I had never cleaned it because I just didn't know how, or like know that was a thing that I needed to do.
Yeah.
God, the dust on that thing.
I think most first-time PC owners, they do not realize, and they let it go for way too long. I was the same way. And then it just gets caked on dust because, you go 2 to 3 years without dusting it a single time. So I think most people probably can relate to that story.
Sorry, there's an Amber Alert.
Oh, it didn't come.
Sorry about that.
It didn't come through the audio for me. But yeah, those can get pretty loud.
Yeah, if anyone's in the area,
if anyone else just got an Amber Alert, please don't try and look for us.
We got an alibi. You guys are here building a PC, so
That's it.
My first PC that I built for me personally was a AMD Phenom 2. It was a 955, I believe, like quad core. I think I had a GTX 760. Yeah, good old DDR3.
Yep.
Well, I remember being I think it was a Z97 or something like that, and which is I think was LGA 1150. And I remember being so mad that the only reasonable upgrade that I could put in the motherboard was like an i7 4790K, and at the time those were still, like whatever it is, 4 years after they
held their value for a long time. Yeah, it was annoying how long they had as well.
I was like, absolutely not. And yeah,
dude, that Phenom 2 though, I had it had it at 3.2, I think it came out with, but I had it at like 4.4.
Oh my god.
4.4 gigahertz. It's nuts.
And
Are you guys building this PC? Yeah. So yeah, we're basically building review samples to send over to Nerd on a Budget,
yeah.
so you can check them out.
And we're watching to make sure they don't give any special treatment or anything like that, but I don't think that's going to be an issue. I mean, it looks like I've been watching Patrick the entire time, making sure he's not, putting in any extra stuff or like spending extra time on a certain part. How far along are you, by the way, on the build? We're about 40, I'd say 30 minutes in the stream since we linked up, so.
Maybe like, 40 to 50%.
Yeah, and I like to say that, we like, since we're not having like super high volume right now, these guys definitely, take it slow to put on a show. These guys can crank out a ridiculous amount of PCs.
But like also to a degree, like it gets to a point where going too slow, you almost start to second guess too many things, and it's like you sort of settle into a pace. And there were definitely times at Redacted where things were rushed, but at least the way that I learned how to build and manage the certain cases we were in, it's sort of like you do it that way or you don't do it at all. It was just as stressful to not cable manage correctly as it was to just be rushed and do it properly.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense.
Then you just get a mess.
Yeah.
Do you guys do double PC together? What does that mean? Oh, like two systems in one type of.
Wait.
Yeah.
The plan is the future.
What's some clarification?
Like build two at a time, because we will eventually build two, potentially even three at a time. We just need to get our.
Well, I think they mean like two systems in one case.
Oh yeah, we also we normally have another cam set up here, like kind of over the shoulder, just showing you like the process, but I know this is a little different tonight.
Wait, so was it two in one system, or was it two systems at one time?
I guess we could just answer.
We're gonna answer both. We don't do two in one systems right now.
It's doubtful that. I mean,
probably won't. Maybe if somebody really, really wanted it.
Yeah, we're not 100.
Like 10 times.
Yeah, we're not sure like how much customization we're gonna have in the future. We really just want to like refine our process. Two in one system. Okay. Yeah, I mean, we do have it so that if anyone would like to like make a special request, we'll talk to you about it. Obviously we can't guarantee that we can do everything, but absolutely, if you have a question on anything that you'd like to see in your build, we have contact at phoenixpcs.com.
Use a case eating V4. I think the Enfu Elite has a 2-in-1 setup. Is that right?
Yeah,
Elite.
It does.
I think the
you can mount like an ITX system on the top.
I think it's down here because it's got that huge power supply space.
If you guys did, let's say someone right now, they hit up your contact form because they weren't interested in one of the pre-builds, and they said, "Hey, I'm interested in like this custom build." How would you respond to that email if you got that right now? They wanted to build. It doesn't even have to be a dual PC system, but just a custom system with specific parts that you don't currently offer.
Yeah. So I mean, so we do have CSRs, like customer service representatives, and they are the ones that kind of we leave it like 90 to 95% to them to like read all those emails and respond to them, because I mean they're awesome. When I say we have like a really talented team, I really mean it. But if it's something like kind of really out of the ordinary, we'll have a conversation as a team of like, okay, how much would it cost to do this? Should we do this? Is this a good idea? So yeah, really, it's kind of unpredictable of like how we would respond to that, because that's definitely something where we'd have to talk as a team and really figure out how viable it is, if we feel comfortable doing it and like that kind of stuff.
I don't know if you guys can see that really so far. but-
Looking pretty clean there on the cable management.
We are indeed new. I do have to answer Christopher Coonan's question. Can you tell me what your affiliation with the Grateful Dead? So my parents, at least my dad, is a like major Deadhead. Loves Grateful Dead. I don't know if you ever went to like, I don't know if you would have been of age when they were still playing, but they would take me and my brother to like Dark Star Orchestra concerts, like Grateful Dead cover bands and that kind of stuff. And I got this at one of the Grateful Dead shows or the Dark Star Orchestra shows, and I've got some shirts and memorabilia and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, obviously it's not needed. Yeah, obviously it's not needed right now because it's like nighttime for us, but it helps block out some of the light, so we can like control the light
Yeah.
in here.
One of the things that we also do with our builds too is we pre-wire for our hard drives, so we'll just kind of tuck them in the bays. SATAs also. I mean, I don't know. We feel it's the right thing to do.
Why not?
That's actually
easy.
pretty nice. Yeah, a lot of other pre-builts, they just leave it. You know, they would give you the box with extra accessories and stuff. But that's something that I do for like families and friends. Like usually they have M.2 drives, so they don't need those. But if they want to put in a fat drive or like a 2.5 inch, yeah. So that's cool to see that you guys do that.
Like it takes 2 extra minutes on our side as opposed to like
that.
15 on their side. So
Yeah, especially someone who's never done that before. They, you know, especially if you don't include the cable, which I feel like even some companies they might not include, or if you buy from Craigslist or something, right? Like, you just get the PC as is, none of the extra accessories. So then you gotta go out and find a single SATA cable or whatever, and then figure out, you know, how to install it. So
Yeah, we send everything that came in the boxes. The goal,
boxes as well.
and the boxes as well. The kind of goal that we go for is that when you get your PC and you've got all your boxes and stuff, we kind of want you to almost feel like, you know, it's sort of the same result as you going and buying parts from the store. If that makes,
yeah.
if that makes sense, because we want to make sure that you've got mounting hardware in case you switch, you know, for coolers in case you switch CPUs, you know, the you know, trays for the motherboard, or the what do you call them, little IO covers or whatever,
Yeah.
for the GPU section.
You asked me and
motherboard or
it
whatever.
went out of my mind.
Yeah, the little PCIe brackets, right? Those. Yep.
Yes. We don't want to contribute to e-waste.
That too, yeah. If you want to throw it out, that's fine. We don't want to be the ones to do it. But
No.
I'm kind of joking, but you want to make sure, you know, everyone gets, you know, most motherboards come with either 2 or 3 SATA cables, unless it's like a Maximus Extreme board.
yeah.
We want to make sure everyone's got all those, all your power supply cables, in case you either do, you know, you need more PCIe power, you need a second CPU cable or whatever.
How to Kill It is asking, don't mean to bring up a sore subject, but have you watched the Gamers Nexus video? Thoughts? Much respect to you guys.
We have I
mean, we're like fans.
we love that
of Steve.
his videos.
Yeah, we love Steve. We're very grateful to Steve.
Glad you mentioned our name at all, honestly.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, like me personally, I haven't been able to keep up with his videos just because
They are long.
I've been so like
Yeah,
busy.
they're very long.
Well, it's not even that for me. It's just I just been so busy and like I haven't had the mental, because you like, I don't know. For me personally, I have to really like sit down
That's a video
and
you
like
need to sit
focus,
and-
because his videos are so information dense.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, I haven't been keeping up, but like you know, to be perfectly honest, like the stories that cover us, yeah, we know about them before a lot of people, because yeah, we follow Steve, and like we know as soon as like when it comes out.
Okay. Oh, I guess now a follow-up question for that that I just thought of. So in watching that video, his coverage, would you say he was spot on about everything, or was there anything that he may have gotten wrong, or like had misinformation at all, from what
No,
you remember?
most of his facts were like really like scary true. Like
No, yeah, he was like absolute like the factual accuracy of it was just like impressive. And just like me personally, like the only thing that I wish could have been said, and like this wouldn't be Steve's place to like say it anyway, is like the emotional aspect of it, because you know he's a journalist, right? It's not his job to like, he wants to report the facts, and he did a beautiful job of that. But maybe one day we can like talk about the emotional aspect of it, but not today.
Still too fresh too.
Yeah, sort of.
More
like we don't want to.
we don't want to get.
We don't want to take unnecessary risks.
I don't want to get riled up.
Good point. Good point.
Yeah.
you just got unsweaty. You don't need to get
Just
sweaty.
got unsweaty. I don't want to be sweaty again.
So yeah, I'm getting like, I'm trying to read both chats, getting kind of.
Studio plate.
Yeah, that thing just kind of blows.
I don't know if you'd feel comfortable doing this, but I see that Mythic Nitro is asking for some PC help. We usually do that in our chat.
Yeah, so I usually do that in my chat too. We usually do it like, I do a thing where people can just post to Twitter so that we can keep it in,
Okay.
you know, like in order. But we can do it now. That's like the only PC help question. So, all right, let me bring up his highlighted chat. So I was gonna ask everyone on here if they can actually help tell me what's wrong with my PC. It's been happening for 6 months. Okay, that's been a while. I believe it's the power supply. PC won't run Unigen for more than 10 minutes. Okay. I feel like we still need more information on top of this. Is it just Unigen, or is it like, can you play other games fine all the way through? And then first thing for me is gonna be, dude, have you monitored temperatures? What's your CPU and GPU temps looking like? But I guess how would you? Let's pretend this is actually like, you know, because you guys provide a warranty and everything. If a customer had this issue with the system that you sent out, what would be your first steps to kind of troubleshooting it?
So I think, you know, first,
Again, we have the CSRs.
CSRs, and the CSRs are there to sort of, I don't want to say like run blockade, but they're both.
They like do the initial troubleshooting.
They're both very knowledgeable,
Yeah.
and so they can help sort of like poke and prod different areas that might be the issue, because nobody wants to be without their computer for any longer than they need to be. So if we can solve the issue without having them send it in, it saves us on shipping, it saves them on time and the anxiety of having their PC away from home. Worst comes to worst, if we can pinpoint what the issue is, you know, then we'll likely, and it's not software, it doesn't get fixed by like nuking Windows, or, you know, updating drivers or something like that, then usually we'll have them send it in, and ideally we have identified the issue from the troubleshooting, and then we can fix it here, rebench it, retest it, try and recreate, well, when we get it, we'll try and recreate the same issues using the same scenario just to make sure no one's crazy. And then if it is, you know, if we have the same issue, because there were a lot of times at Redacted where we would get the PC in, we would do the exact same thing, could not replicate the issue. And so sometimes it means that like their wall power is a little iffy, maybe their UPS or their, what's the power strip or something has gone bad or something. And
there's actually another viewer, and that's something that like not many people, even I didn't think about that, but I had one of the viewers in the stream like a few streams ago. He was sending his computer back to, he bought a pre-build as well. He had to keep sending it back because he was getting weird kernel errors and things like that. And like, you know, Windows reinstall didn't work. They replaced the graphics card when he sent it back, and power supply and everything. It ended up being his wall outlet. It was either like a bad outlet or something happened during like a thunderstorm or something. But that's what the issue ended up being. So you bringing it up, that's a great point.
And it's so hard to test for too, because you think you're in your house, oh, my main power is there's
Mhm.
nothing wrong with it's a house. How could there ever
Yeah.
be something wrong with main power?
Yeah.
It's just not something that, and if I had an issue on my PC, I probably wouldn't jump to mains power either, because
Yeah,
that's
same here.
that's a big fix. That is an anxious,
Yeah.
like inducing kind of fix.
Yeah.
So real quick, I have a chat that I want to read off and like talk a little bit about, but
Mhm.
I also see that like one of our CSRs is actually talking about how they would handle it. But real quick, former deputy says, I have a Griffin on order with you gentlemen and have a question. What all do you install on the hard drive, i.e. Windows 10, 11, and so on? Well, first off, thank you so much for buying from us. That means a lot to us. And then, so for the old version, for orders ordered through the old version of the website, we're doing default Windows 10. But with the new version of the website that got pushed out last night, you can now pick Windows 10 or 11, and it's 10 by default. So, and then beyond the operating system, we only install what we feel is like necessary for you to have like a good experience with your computer. So what I mean by that is software to control your motherboard, software to control your RGB lighting, and that's kind of like the bare minimum. Like Chrome, but beyond those things, we try and keep it. We don't try and put any bloatware or anything like that.
Yeah. Just bare bones Windows.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then, yeah, real quick, I was saying, Devs 502 is one of our CSRs.
Okay.
And he says, I would check their Windows event viewer for any recorded issues when their system expressed said issues. Okay.
Yeah, event viewer is really good. Yeah, here's the cables with here's your SATA for the hard drive.
Oh,
Just tuck it in the bay.
Okay.
Yeah, no McAfee, don't worry. We don't
No.
Norton or McAfee.
Defender, just Windows Defender, and don't be dumb.
That's my advice as well. People ask me all the time, like, what antivirus you use? I'm like, I just don't go on sketchy websites, and the Windows Defender one is good enough. Like, and you know what?
Like that Norton trial with notifications enabled.
So what I found over the years is because when I was younger, I actually used to put antivirus on and things like that. It never caught anything, even if you did go to bad websites anyways. Like, all the viruses and malware out there, they're smart enough to get by these systems, even if you keep it up to date from what I found. And trying to run it to quarantine or get rid of any of it, it was never effective. It would maybe get rid of some of the stuff, but I always found that nuking Windows and just starting over is the, like, surefire way to clean your system, because none of those other programs I found ever did a 100% job.
Yep.
I mean, yeah, me personally, like I basically do pretty much the exact same thing, except for like I use Malwarebytes just to like if I download something and it's like questionable in my mind, I'll like download it, I won't open it, and then I'll like run Malwarebytes to see if it like is sketchy, and then if it comes back clean, then I like open it.
No, I just run it.
No.
Yeah. Windows actually does a pretty good job at picking it up too. It always asks like, are you sure you want to open this? And sometimes I've downloaded stuff that is like completely legit, but because it just seems sketchy, like an add-on for Newegg, to make a quick short extension, when I got it directly from Newegg, it would automatically quarantine or delete it before I could even like double click and use it. So I trust in the Windows Defender.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, so our chat is kind of talking about CCleaner. I guess I'll do a quick spoil. On Monday, I filmed a video that'll go up on our channel. And without going into too much detail, I have a friend and I was kind of trying to do some troubleshooting. And one of the things was he had a pretty full drive. And CCleaning is what I recommended.
Mm-hmm.
Windows Defender is pretty overprotective. Like,
yeah.
All right, so just plugging in the last fan here, and I'll be done.
Okay. Oh yeah. So wait, Mythic Nitro. Let's see.
So it doesn't seem like there's a. Let's see.
That's weird.
Sometimes it doesn't even have to be games. You can just open certain apps within the Windows system, and Windows has been reinstalled. So, all right, they've tried reinstalling Windows. So it seems to have issues even just on some apps.
Yeah, it's really difficult because sometimes like power issues, or like you'll think it's power issues, but there was like one instance where I helped out with a RMA and ended up being like a flake of metal in the like pins of the
Okay,
CPU.
so something shorting.
So yeah, like it looked like a power issue, but it was actually just that metal flake.
All right, so here's the Harpy.
All right, so first build down, cable management. Oh, let me clear
Cable.
the screen so that we can actually see it.
Get a little bit darker right here. You want to turn this one off? Or?
I think the settings look pretty
Yeah.
good.
All right, give it a turn on. 3, 2, 1.
Oh
Little exposure bound in there, but all right, it is bright.
gosh.
All right,
I ended
so 50
change
minutes, and that was with, you know, everything else going on and answering questions and talking and stuff like that. So nice.
Yeah, just relax. I'm sure we could do these in like probably 30 if we tried.
For your streams, if let's say you only have one build to do that night, do you continue the stream afterwards and do other things, or do you just like cut it off as soon as the build's done?
I mean, typically we try to just kind of stretch it out. We'll do like 2 to 5 or 2 to 6, just depending.
Okay.
Yeah, we can tell that people really like our PC building content.
Yeah.
We don't get as good, you know, engagement whenever we do gaming. So, yeah, we try and just like put on a good show of like building.
I do really like this case though. The whole little tab they give you to open it, the hinge.
Yeah,
cool.
hinges. Oh, that's like one of my biggest complaint anytime I look at budget cases. Like putting the 4 thumb screws through the glass, it just needs to go away. Companies need to either, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, because like on the back one, it's gonna be two on the back, right? One on the top and one on the bottom.
Yep.
Yeah, so companies either need to put a lip on there so that they could do that with the glass, or do like a hinge or something. Or a lot of companies, which I think would probably cost more, is those kind of like those the ones that pop in with the little dowel things.
Oh yeah.
My mom is asking where to get one of these shirts. Yeah, ended up double posting, but yeah, we have a merch store through Stream Elements. Although I don't think you can get these t-shirts because these we like got from a local place or something or another like that. But the Stream Elements merch store should be relatively similar. Oh, Nunchi, your t-shirt should be delivered soon. That's awesome.
Hell yeah.
B
Uh-oh.
asks, "Yo, this guy related to Tim the Tap Man?"
Oh, boy.
Oh man, who are you then?
Who are you, man?
Because if you're Tim the Tap Man, I'm Mr. Beast. Who are you?
What?
Is that what people have said in your guys' streams before? Like,
No, in my personal life, I've had like my friend's sister say that I look like Mr. Beast,
oh, okay.
and like yeah, we've also had like chat members also say that I look like Mr. Beast.
All-time favorite case to build in? That's a
Leo
hard
11 for me.
question. You know, honestly, probably the Corsair for 7000D.
I'm a little Leon Lee fanboy.
With I'm a Corsair shill from Peru. It's bad.
We usually put all your hardware in the power supply box just because it's so big, and then we'll give you all the boxes.
Unfortunately, most people buy cheap, horrible cases. Yeah, like I don't know, man. Some of
Sorry, that's kind of mean. Fuck. Said, well,
Oh
this is
my
the
gosh.
Alibaba Linus Sebastian. That's kind of fucked up, man.
Oh my
What
gosh.
the hell?
Uh,
AliExpress. I am fast.
Here you go, sir.
It's okay. You don't like drop stuff.
Yeah.
No. No, you're not. Gosh. Hey, at least it's not Wish. Yeah. Absolutely.
We're doing that. Not B660.
I believe I just saw a man murdered on stream. Yeah.
Should be a micro.
Michael, that's it.
All right, so now they're getting set up for the second build, the Syren, and that's gonna be Wells building. So now Patrick gets to just chill and hang out. Okay, so
Come on, nobody talk to me.
How does Phynix PC deal with RMAs and shipping damage? So as with most things, the best solution is prevention. So we have like a really solid system of like how we pack our PCs to give them the best chance of like getting to you in one piece and fine. But that's not the answer you're looking for. So yeah, we talked about it a little bit earlier, but yeah, so you'll send an email into our contact email. Our customer service representatives will chat with you. They'll troubleshoot. They'll try and like fix anything, and like, you know, if it's shipping damage, obviously that's like pretty clear. But yeah, they'll work with you, and then you'll ship it back. We'll work on it. We'll, you know, it'll fall under our warranty. You can go look at our website to like read more details on the warranty, how that works. But yeah, I mean, basically if it's like confirmed to be like falling under that warranty, you send it back to us, we'll fix it, and then get it shipped back out to you. Thankfully, you know, we have a really low I'm blanking on the word, but like escape rate. Yeah. So thankfully we don't really have to worry about that too much, but yeah, it's and then I guess talking more about the prevention thing, you know, really we do stress test each and every computer to make sure that it's working when it leaves our hands. So again, that's part of like the prevention of, you know, we just make sure that we give you a working product whenever it leaves our hands. Mr. Beast, Phynix PC, and Gamers Nexus are all in NC. Yeah. Yes, we are. That's what makes like the Mr. Beast thing worse, in my opinion, is because like he actually is like somewhere around here.
People coming up to you asking for your autograph.
Thankfully, that's not happening. I would, oh man, I don't know what I would do in that situation. Around here, yeah. Yes, we are in NC, North Carolina. Yep. You know, obviously, we're not going to tell you where we're at, but you know, we're in the triangle area, is what we say. The triangle area of North Carolina.
This guy had one level.
Yes.
A few ounces of prevention are worth pounds of return shipping. Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, spending the extra, whatever it is, $5 needs to pack, however much it is.
You can tell us it's fine. Yeah. No, we'll keep that one close to the chest. You just assume because of where the East Coast location used to be? Yep. We haven't moved at all. I mean, obviously we're not, you know, working in the same space, but PO box for fan mail? Nah.
So I got a comment that I missed earlier. Jason loves to troll the stream, and he's a huge NVIDIA fanboy, but he says, I'm proud of you guys for not using AMD cards on your website. Smart business move, Giga Chad. So can you speak on that? Because I mean, my personal system has a 6700 XT in it. You know, I've been switching between NVIDIA and AMD over the years. I don't have any brand loyalty. I am very well aware that NVIDIA has like a crazy amount of the market share, but for you guys, like I would have loved to see an RX 6600 build on your website because of how much value it provides. But I guess what is your thoughts on that and why you don't have any AMD cards?
Yeah, so I think Pat can take this one, but real quick, like really, we just wanted to start out nice and simple. So like, we don't want to go too crazy with the customization. But as far as like why we like designed our systems the way we did, I think Pat is the best person to talk about that.
What was the gain over was 6600 versus the the 3060
or the 3050?
Or yeah, 3050.
It was minimal for the price difference. I think that we can.
I lost it off the top of my head. I can't remember. There was a reason why we didn't go.
Yeah, so it sounds like basically, we really wanted to try and get the best performance that we could for the price. It sounds like NVIDIA was just the way to do that. I mean, obviously, like in the future, we want to have a decent amount of customization. So, we really would like to have the option of, NVIDIA or AMD or.
Real quick on this case. So this case is interesting. It comes first off with two different front panels. You get a glass and a mesh. For your benefit, we do ship it with the glass just because it's safer in general. Because the mesh panel just comes in a cardboard box. It's not super well cushioned, so we figure having the glass panel on the case in the foam in the box is the better bet. But I think we obviously don't necessarily recommend. There's enough space on the I am losing my words. With the panel on, there's enough space on the sides that we don't really feel that you're missing out on a whole lot of airflow if you decide to keep the glass front on. But for those that are like, absolutely crazy about airflow like we are, we'd recommend that you put the mesh front on. The other cool thing about this case is that it's got a push and remove filter from the top, which is interesting. It's certainly different.
I just noticed that the specs weren't right, so I'm gonna make sure that the specs are right. But someone asked in chat, they said something along the lines of like, "Hey, it's a nice build. How much should it set the owner back?" We don't talk about how much people paid. We leave that up to if the customer wants to discuss that, then they can. But in our case, it's actually just really simple, right? You just go to our website and you make sure that the add-ons are the same as any add-ons that the customer might have picked out. And then you can see, how much it would cost you, which is more relevant than how much it costs someone else. What do you guys prefer I get rid of? Is it the gigahertz or the cores? I think it's the gigahertz, right?
I think both. Maybe.
Here, I'm gonna get
gigahertz and cores, but like now the limiting factor is the RAM.
Yeah.
Just get rid of RAM.
Yeah, we don't need CL16. Okay. Yeah, that, and then these specs should be good. Yeah, these are what you can get on the website now. These are not what we previously offered.
Money for my drone.
Okay. Ooh, now I'm bringing chat back up. Okay, cool.
So you mentioned earlier about making stuff for the channel. Are you trying to kind of like actively create content for Phynix PCs, and what content are you considering, if so?
Yeah, so really I think we all believe that the previous company, Redacted, they really didn't play YouTube well.
Or TikTok.
Well, I mean, like,
Or Instagram.
they didn't really take advantage of like how great YouTube can be. So we want to do that. We want to like kind of be on top of it and do it well. Yeah. That being said, we're like working our hardest to refine our process, make sure that we're, have everything nice and running smoothly. So really, we haven't been able to do as much stuff for like social media, but we're not, our goal is to, fully lean into like the social media stuff, do YouTube, do TikTok, do all these things. And as far as what content we plan on doing, I don't think we have a clear vision on that yet, but that's really one of the beauties of us all being, co-owners of this, being employee owned, is we get to decide the content. So really we get to do, whatever we want to do, we get to make the decision of like what would be fun for us to do, what we think the audience would enjoy, that kind of thing.
Yeah, we take a vote on everything, so.
Yeah. I know that for like our intro video, we did, a mix of like a skit and, actual like good information about the company. And we really have some ideas to do some more skits.
Okay.
So yeah, we would like to do that.
Okay.
Some like more education focused stuff.
Oh yeah. Actually, I guess yeah. So the goal is to eventually get some really high quality pictures and videos of our process. 'Cause right now on the website it's just a big wall of words, and we really want to get rid of that and replace it with some nice graphics and visuals. Yeah. And then we want to have like videos of like, here's how you unpack one of our PCs.
Yeah, I think that'd be pretty good. The unpacking one, yeah.
So we do want to have that kind of stuff, but that's not like recurring content that we can do.
Yeah.
Chat made a good point. For the RAM, I'd rather see CL16 as a motherboard says D4. Yeah, cast latency is pretty important for like the specs.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I can do that. But can we?
Good point, Shane.
Thanks for the input, Shane.
Let's see.
Give us the criticism. Give it. We feed off it.
I crave it.
Yeah.
Just don't be too mean.
I mean, that's really like something.
My mom said that you have to say one nice thing about me, or you're gonna be in trouble.
We really like getting feedback so that we can grow and do better. And that's something that, did not happen at Redacted.
I'm trying to read both chats.
Yeah, it's
All right, you guys heard them. Any criticism that you see, whether it's on stream, on their website, on anything, now's the time to ask. I'm trying not to comment too much because I'm going to be making a video on this, so I don't want to say everything here and then repeat it again. So that's why I'm kind of sitting back. But if the viewers have any comments or anything, feel free.
Oh, Werewolf, what's up? Werewolf was the winner for our first giveaway.
Oh yeah.
Were those fans included with the case?
Yes.
Yes.
So this Montech Air 1000 Premium gets 3 140 millimeter RGB fans in the front,
Good lord.
and then a 120 in the rear. They're all RGB.
You're good. PC is doing well. That's good to hear. We're glad to hear it. Yeah, it was really awesome that we could like pretty much like transform your setup.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's awesome that you pretty much needed a PC right as you want it.
What's your opinion on small form factor PCs? We want to do them.
I'm kind of like getting into small form factor. I have a Leon Lee Dan Case Collab A4H2O. I have it sitting on my desk to kind of like, well, I guess I don't now since I've moved my desk, but I had it sitting on my desk just to like motivate me because I want to make this business successful so that I can actually fill it up with parts and make a PC out of it. Sev, I'm getting into small form factor. I know you're big on small form factor too.
I have a
Give me a cooler.
I don't know if you know, but my like chat name is Cool Round, so I'm the one that like reacted with the like 9.5 liter like heart or not eyes emoji.
I have a Cooler Master NR200P, the white one with
nice.
5600X, 280 millimeter Arctic cooler. I mean, it's a beefy system.
Syrenix, yeah, I see like small form factor stuff and I get real excited. Gamer's Glory, thank you so much for the Prime. A Crab 77, thank you so much for the Prime. Just don't look at how much it costs.
Fair.
Yeah, there's a little bit of a premium for going small.
Yeah.
But that's one of the reasons I love the Harpy so much. Is like it's crazy that it's this tiny case and it's like MATX, but it really somehow feels smaller.
I think MATX to me is like the sweet spot of like the parts don't cost anymore. It still uses standard power supply and motherboard. Well, not a standard motherboard, but you don't pay a premium like you do ITX. And some of the micro ATX builds can get really small, so that's what I love about it. I personally also have an ITX. I've had one for like 4 years now, I think. But yeah, I like the smaller the build, the better for me. It takes up less desk space, and I do LAN parties, so twice a year I'm usually picking that thing up and going to someone's house with my whole setup. So
yeah, I just love the idea of like a super powerful machine being like super small. And exactly like you said, like the idea of like I can go visit a friend's house and I can bring a beefy PC with
Full
me
size PC.
and like hold it like a freaking football. It's awesome. Here's some bacon. Thank you so much for the sub.
Again.
Yeah.
My little NR200P, I just put it under my arm and just carry it like nothing.
Yeah.
Grappler Podcast, thank you so much for the Prime. Oh my gosh, you guys started a hype train.
Let's go.
The Drevler podcast is Jason Whitmer from this chat. He has a podcast, so he has multiple accounts sometimes. But
okay, that's awesome.
Awesome to see you guys getting good support on your side of the stream as well on Twitch. We got a question from Master Singleton. Do you think that the trend of RGB lights and clear side panel cases is here to stay for the long term?
What? I think it's here to stay for like a while. I'm sure that like it's almost assured that like there's going to be some kind of trend that eventually comes out.
I mean, it's cool being the parts. Like, yeah, I think it's addictive.
Yeah.
Master Singleton, thank you so much for the Prime. Yeah, I mean, I just feel like with RGB, it's awesome because no matter what you like in terms of like color, you can make it your own.
I remember like
If you don't like it, you can turn it off.
And if you don't like it, you
Yeah.
can turn it off.
Yeah.
I remember at Walmart, like a while ago, I was looking for like a fully transparent case, and I just turned myself off of that. I was like, nope.
I don't think we would like the transparent side panel. I think that's pretty much gonna stick around because for the most part, people like seeing what the internals of the PC is, unless it's just like, you know, a super Scrapyard Wars old parts. But for the most part, like I can't see us going back to just like solid side panels or solid side panels with perforation. Because do you remember those side panels way back when, before tempered glass or even acrylic side panels became super popular? They used to put fans on those.
Yes.
And you would have like a wire going to your motherboard, so when you pulled off the panel, it would kind of be attached and tethered to it.
Yank
Yeah.
it out of the motherboard.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't think we're going back to that. And there's no other way that I can see that they could, you know, come up with anything new. So I think tempered glass to me is the end game. I cannot imagine anything else.
My old Corsair case, I remember it had that side fan, but it was a 200 millimeter, just a big like.
Yeah.
annoying
Yeah.
thing, you know?
And then in terms of RGB, yeah, I think you guys made a good point. Like, you don't have to use as RGB. It's just LED lighting. RGB just gives you the flexibility to pretty much do whatever you want with it. I don't know how, you know, they could do anything different. What they're doing is like the Lee Unifans. You've seen those, right? Where now they're just getting rid of cables or like making it different how they attach and connect. But the lighting itself, yeah, I think that might be the end game too.
Yep.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
And the first time I saw those, or the first time I had to build with those Lee fans, like blew me away. I was like, "What? Like this is how you connect them?"
Yeah, like for 3 fans, you can go down from 6 to 2 cables, which is crazy.
Yeah, I remember like back at Redacted seeing Asia Horse fans where they the fans were a color, and then didn't they also have RGB?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I loved the red fans, and I was considering whether I wanted them for my build or not.
It's a big commitment.
And like ultimately, I just decided, you know, like the RGB I can change anytime, but the red I can't. And if it ends up looking like gaudy or not looking good,
Uh-huh.
then there's like nothing I can do about it, right? Like I've invested in those fans.
Right? Sometimes you're like, "Yeah, I like red," and then like a year later, it's like, how about green? You can just change it. Like it's nice.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I see Beers and Bacon is saying just got some deep cool CF 120 fans, great fans on a budget, and they also daisy chain.
Oh, FC 120.
Oh, FC one. Okay, I thought it was a typo, but yeah. I really love the CF 120 plus fans. They like have really good or they have like really balanced between like performance and RGB and stuff.
Yeah, I have Cooler Master Halos. They're white Halos. I like those pretty well.
Yeah, someone's yeah. German Made says I actually love solid color LED fans, no need for god awful RGB software. Yeah, that's the next evolution, is like having RGB software that's like actually good.
There's I've tried using a program called OpenRGB. It's like open source, you get from GitHub and everything like that. It doesn't detect stuff like more than half the time. So unfortunately, there's strides being made to get that like unification of all RGB software, but I feel like we're still pretty far off.
Yeah,
Yeah, absolutely.
that's how like kind of Signal RGB is also. It's the other open source.
Which one? Signal RGB?
Yeah.
I need to check that out. I'm gonna note that down just because like I'm often doing builds that, you know, cooler, it's gonna be a different brand than the case fans, different than like even the graphics card. It's annoying. Some graphics cards you have to have the specific company's software. So
Yeah.
that would be nice. So I'll check Signal out.
Yeah. That's like saying that earlier I said I'm a Razer fanboy a little bit. Yeah, I got the like Razer RGB controller, So like you can like plug all the fan RGB into that, and so like most of the PC uses like Razer for me.
Okay.
But my motherboard and like graphics card, obviously there's no RGB header for those, so I can't plug those into that. So
yeah, I wish everything would just use the standard 3-pin AR 5-volt connector,
Yeah.
but like Corsair, for example, they have proprietary RGB connectors that they want it to go into their hub. Same with some of the other companies, so that's annoying. We could get there easily. Everyone should just use the standard connector that then you could go into like a splitter to go into the motherboard. Then boom, you control it right there.
Yeah, I really love the like deep cool connectors where like but like how they like go into the splitter and then you put like the thing on it that goes to the regular 3-pin 5-volt header.
Oh yeah, I don't like those because they just kind of like wiggle around.
They come off too easily though.
Yeah.
There needs to be a clip for the 4 or 3-volt RGB.
Yeah. Or the gap for the size needs to be closed so like you can just slot straight in.
What I do is sometimes I actually bend the 3-pin connector in slightly so that it has some interference. So once you put it in, it's kind of gripping onto the connector, because otherwise it could easily fall off just by like moving the PC sometimes.
Like the connector I'm thinking of is the one with the like clips on it.
Yeah, but that one isn't standard though, right? That's like a proprietary for like whatever company.
People and Fantex use it most commonly.
Yeah, it's not quite proprietary, but it is sort of a little bit. Like it's not standard.
Okay.
But multiple companies use it. Yeah.
We had a question from Jason again. So, what GPUs are in all of your personal rigs?
Oh.
Pretty good one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the one from 5 years ago, I can't remember, but the one I'm using now is 3080 Ti.
Oh dang, nice.
Yep, that's what I'm using. 3080 Ti for the Win 3.
Yeah, I had a 3080 for the Win 3, and then a friend got a 3090 for the Win 3, and was like, "Hey, I spent too much. Do you want to trade and I'll give you some money?" And I was like, Or no, I gave him some money, not to give him.
You 3090.
Yeah.
Someone says lol, waiting for one of them to say I don't. I've been so busy like with the website stuff and company stuff, I have not played a game in a while.
PC, I don't play games.
Oh, these are PC?
Oh gosh, Jason Whitmer really likes you guys, because I was hoping to hear at least one AMD graphics card in the mix, but apparently not. Do you know of anyone else at Phynix PC has an AMD graphics card in their personal system?
Does he?
Maybe. I don't know if it's in his actual. There's the box over there for what is it? A 6600? 6700. Yeah, it might be in LeBron's PC.
Ryan, can you ask Pat what his beard care routine is?
Oh boy, I just shaved it. Actually, it was long.
Yeah, I need to shave too, but I want to get a haircut, but that's not gonna happen for a little bit.
When it gets to the point where it's like getting in my mouth, that's when I shave it. I hate it.
Okay, so Linus, or hey Linus, what kind of thermal paste did you use for your CPU? He didn't call you Budget Linus, he didn't call you AliExpress or Wish Linus, he just called you Linus, so I think that's a compliment.
We just use the manufacturer supplied thermal paste. We've had zero issues with it in testing. If for some reason we need to like reseat the CPU or repaste or something like that, we'll usually use like Noctua. What like you have Noctua?
I have some Noctua stuff. Yeah. We should probably get like a decent sized tube for here though.
Yeah.
I think I've just been using like MX5 or something.
I think we use NX4 redacted if we ever needed thermal paste.
Love the Linus jokes.
Right.
I feel like he's gonna take offense to that.
Is he wearing sandals? No, he's wearing tennis shoes.
Kind of fucked up running shoes.
I'm wearing sandals.
Dev says Cry Not is his go-to. Yeah, I think I was just...
Actually, these are the most American sandals you can get because it's got a beer opener on it, a bottle opener.
Oh wow.
America.
Oh man, I love the disclaimer. Get a 30 grand tub of Thermal Grizzly. We should just get like one of those like huge tubs.
Don't let that man handle the CPUs.
No, so that's one good reason why Wells is not lying. Is he does not drop stuff.
I'm relatively coordinated.
Okay, you've never like dropped like... I can't think of a time that you've dropped a part.
Maybe like a RAM stick. But I think that's it. Nothing big. Nothing catastrophic.
Shauner says, I don't know, man. I have some American flag slides that have pockets. Pockets on your sandals? Those are American AF. Why would you want pockets on your sandals? And what are you putting in there?
Pockets on your sandals.
Pockets for putting your teeth back in after the bar fight or something?
Dropped a 2600X on concrete once.
Why are you outside with a bare CPU, not in its socket or its case, is my question on that one.
That sounds like your own fault.
Unless you were building outside or in the garage, or if you have concrete there, I guess. But in the garage, okay. Oof.
Steve's thermal paste application?
No, I take the entire tube and I squirt it into my mouth and I swish it around a little bit, and then I just kind of bit hard at the CPU and whatever lands sticks. And
I thought you applied it with your tongue.
So
honestly, it depends on the day.
We have a command in our chat called disclaimer. I'll go ahead and read it out. We do not condone confrontations with bears, eating thermal paste, or milk first. Whatever was just said is a joke.
I do kind of just be saying stuff though.
Definitely not milk first.
Not milk first. How do you eat your cereal? You're
supposed to finish it at the same time. You shouldn't have extra cereal with no milk, and maybe you can have a little bit of milk.
That's like ideal. But yes. So do you pour the cereal first or the milk first?
Oh, cereal. Who pours milk first?
Right. We just have to be sure.
All right, we're gonna run that poll. When you make a bowl of cereal,
we had a coworker who was very
goes in
adamant
first?
about milk first, and
I'm pretty sure, because my viewers are sane, we're gonna get at least. I'm not gonna say anything actually. I'm gonna ask a question because they're gonna troll me otherwise. Let's see what the poll says. Nah, I think with the milk first, you are more likely to accidentally overpour milk.
Absolutely.
Without the cereal in there for reference. So you gotta pour in all the cereal you can fit and then get the milk in there.
I'm the weird one. I don't use milk.
You just eat cereal, no milk?
Yeah.
I mean, that's fine. I guess that's kind of like eating granola or oats or something, but...
People all my life have just been like, huh?
It's like giving a kid like Cheerios or something. Like,
my dad was lactose intolerant and got into the habit of using orange juice.
Oh.
There is. Have you seen that? I'm gonna bring it up on the browser. So one company made a cereal to be eaten with orange juice.
Thickly with orange juice?
Yep. Oh, Tropicana Crunch.
Ugh.
Look, you can look it up right on their website, but yeah, it's designed to be cereal made for OJ, honey almond cereal.
Wow.
Yeah. Ashby,
I'm intrigued.
Ashby asked, did any of y'all formerly work for another PC building company?
We sure did.
Yeah, so I can't remember the command, but we have a command that links to like Gamers Nexus's coverage on that. That's what we usually tell people is just go watch them.
You know what I didn't think about that actually makes a lot of sense? Does anyone eat cereal with like chocolate milk?
I have.
I make chocolate milk when I eat it with chocolate cereal. At the end, it's chocolate milk, but yeah, no, I've never done that. Oh man, I'm kind of disappointed in this split. We've got only 3/4 saying that the cereal goes in first. There's almost 25% of the people in here, maybe psychotic.
That's too high.
It is way too high.
Serial killer.
But I think there's some troll votes in there.
Yeah.
So yeah, Ashby, those are a little bit long of videos, but they give all like really good information.
Yeah, it's dark. I left that flashlight over there if we needed it.
It might just be my head.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to get some.
I think we had another one of those. We just need to set it up.
I think we should still get like the desk lamps though.
Yeah.
Or some variation. I didn't like those a whole lot.
Oh yeah, the final results come out 22% milk first.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with that if you know your like how much milk to pour because you've done it so much. But if I were to do it right now, I would definitely put way too much milk, and then you just have a small pile of cereal floating on top of it.
Oh wow! So yeah, now we got a poll going on our channel.
Okay. Oh, so we have a question. Is someone living here in the space that you're working in, or is it just an apartment to be used as an office? And I don't know if you guys want to get into details of that or not, but
yeah, we don't want to talk too much about that,
I wouldn't
but
say who's living here, but
someone, yeah, this is not like
is a human being taking up residence in this space.
yeah. No. I didn't move, or yeah, Kenny Down Under. I didn't move. I just like was moving stuff around in the house that I'm currently in. Yeah, no, this isn't like like an apartment that we're renting as the company.
We've just been telling people that we have squatters' rights because it's been 7 years and we've been here, so yeah. As far as now.
As well stay.
Siphoning it off the neighbor.
I've seen some crazy stuff on TV, like people like breaking into people's houses, tapping into their water system, and then drywalling it like just nothing ever. Crazy stuff.
So this is why we have the disclaimer, because chat makes it like sound like everyone's just in on the inside joke, and so if anyone outside comes in, they're gonna think that we're actually squatting and just like stealing people's internet.
Yeah.
Thought it was yours because the 14 hours you've been working a day. No.
Case is a little chaotic in the beginning.
It is. I don't mind it. I don't super mind it though.
Okay. Whoa. Okay.
Holy shit.
This is an interesting poll. I'm gonna vote.
Yes.
Like how 4 of the choices are cereal.
Mom, hot pot. Yeah, no. You lived above the dining hall at college and definitely used the Wi-Fi, so didn't have to pay for it. Oh man, that's crazy. Where I went to school, there was like campus-wide Wi-Fi.
Yeah, we didn't have to pay for it.
It was covered with the cost of tuition.
yeah, you just logged in with like your university account, right, to get into it.
Yeah.
I'm sad you finally kicked me off.
and then you download like too much stuff one weekend, and then they like give you a probation.
Freak out. Not that we condone torrenting, but I did torrent something on the school Wi-Fi. I did, to be fair, I owned the game, but the game was freaking out, so I was just trying to get the executable, like access the game because it wouldn't download from the store. I was being stupid.
Did you get caught?
I got caught. They emailed me. Please delete it within the first the next 24 hours, and I had already deleted it too. I was like, no, I don't need this, and I was like, no, it's okay, and they're like, okay, good, don't do it again.
Oh, Beers and Bacon, you're getting Google Fiber? I like just got Google Fiber like last week.
I'm still stuck on Spectrum.
Is Google Fiber unlimited data, or do they have any data caps?
It's unlimited.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it seems awesome, and I haven't had any problems so far, so I'm enjoying it.
Yeah. I went to fiber a couple of years ago, and I think that's just something that needs to roll out everywhere, because everyone should have access to that and not be stuck with. I don't know how bad Spectrum is, like compared to something like Comcast, which has notoriously a bad reputation, but like they have slow speeds for especially uploads for people who like are trying to stream or something. You just can't do it with some of the other companies. But then the data caps also kill you too, because streaming nowadays takes up so much data, especially HD, so that just sucks.
Everybody like always asks me about Spectrum in the past, and I just tell them that like Spectrum is the only internet company that decides when you go to bed.
Oh dang. So they would just have outages or just throttle your speeds because they felt like it?
I have that happen at home a lot.
Yeah, I don't know. Spectrum isn't like the absolute worst. I feel like they could be worse, but they're also not fun to deal with.
If you're like a full-time streamer and you're using Spectrum, I might rethink that.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Geez, you guys are still kids. When you went to school, there was no such thing as Wi-Fi. I graduated roughly a year ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. So, I mean, I'm not super old, but I think I would say I'm older than most of my chat. I graduated back in 2011, which means I went into college at 2007. And there was Wi-Fi, there was fast internet and everything too. So, that's a weird comment for them to say. Like, how many years before that was there just no internet on any campuses?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Funny story about that. Growing up, we had a 56K modem, and it was like a compact Presario. And I think that thing probably like 8 times.
That was one of my first personal, like, our family PC when, I was in elementary or middle school. A Costco pre-built compact Presario, but also, yeah, with 56K. And I had that like throughout the entirety of high school when all my other friends started upgrading to DSL or cable. So I just had the slow, crappy internet because we didn't have that much money.
I remember playing like StarCraft and Diablo 2 on dial.
Yeah, and then yep, you get disconnected.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure how many people are interested, but like I'm the youngest, and I also joined the team, not the last, but like pretty much next to last. I joined, Redacted in November, so really I kind of came in right as things were going downhill.
It's crazy because it doesn't feel like that.
Yeah, I think things were good when I joined, but very shortly after was like when if we knew the future, the warning signs were there.
I guess I'm curious, how did you, like, you can each tell your story, but how did you join the company? Was it like a local ad list thing? Was it word of mouth from someone already in the company? Like, what are your 3 stories on how you joined Redacted?
Yeah, so like it's actually kind of crazy because my mom is she does engineering, and she did the plans for the warehouse that they were in, and basically I was looking for a job, and I was having a really rough time of it. And my mom was like, "Oh, like I did plans for these guys. They build gaming PCs. That sounds like something you'd enjoy." And so yeah, I just got in contact, and it just so happened that they were thinking about having like a week shift and a weekend shift, and I was gonna join in on the weekend shift.
Did you
And be a builder.
Okay.
Honestly, I was getting used to it. Like, I only had to put in 3 days, but it was 12-hour days, and then I got the rest of the week off.
Yeah. So yeah, I joined in November, and is just purely coincidental.
Okay.
My mom did the plans.
I will say it was kind of scary leaving there at like 9 p.m. when it was dark and no one was there. Like,
Oh yeah.
I felt like I was gonna get robbed.
Pretty nice area though.
Oh yeah, Pat can tell his story, but real quick, Devs is saying Devs got his job at Redacted by being an avid viewer and responding to an ad in Discord for a remote customer service representative position.
Yeah, I actually saw the stream one day. I can't remember how I came upon it, but yeah, they were talking about hiring. Like, there's a command or something, and they're like, "Yeah, we're in blah 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 NC." I was like, "Oh, that's right down the road." I just kind of sent an email through the contact email and
Okay.
got hired.
Yeah. Wells.
So I had been sort of planning with a friend, a roommate and a teammate from college. We sort of wanted to live somewhere down south, and he and his girlfriend got jobs down here, and she actually ended up sending me the Indeed listing for this job. And it was kind of a rocky start because I applied. When the COO contacted me, he was like, "Oh, our hiring manager pulled your resume out of the stack. It looks like you went to the U of R, and he went to the School of Eastman, which they're essentially combined." He was like, "So in all honesty," and then finally after like 2 weeks of back and forth, like playing email tag, finally get an interview, and he's like, "So we technically filled the position," and I was like, "What the fuck?" It turns out I think they hired Ariel at that point. So when he said the guy had built 3,000 computers, I was like, okay, that makes more sense. Then like visited in like that April, and then came and actually worked a couple days, like got hired on the spot, worked a couple days while I was visiting down here, and then came back a month later.
Yeah, and I do want to like say, because we've had like a lot of interest in people wanting to work with us, and we really appreciate it. Like, it really makes us happy to see that. But like, unfortunately, like we have to get things stable first, and like we have to get to the point where we got ourselves covered first.
We can't give you no money.
We're not going to expect anyone to work for free. Like, that's just
we are currently volunteering.
Yeah, we're not going to hire people and be like, "Oh, you have to work for free." That's just wrong. We're not taking anyone onto the team,
and it'll be a hot stack because we have a bunch of other people sort of like on deck.
Yeah.
Somebody said I lost count how many have I built. Yeah, that's
I have no idea. I tried to sit down and do the math one time.
our personal numbers were like over 1,000, and we just didn't care anymore. Like,
Yeah, these guys have probably built like over 1,000, and I've probably built around the 100, probably less. Yeah, more than 10, less than 100, I'd say is probably like a good estimate for me. Because I was hired to build, but I didn't really get onto the build table for a very long time because plans just ended up changing.
Yeah.
Over there.
I think it was part of it. Wasn't part of the weekend thing. I think I was training you too, wasn't it?
Yeah. So like, but like I would get like one build done.
Yeah.
and I would only build like 2 days when it was actually the weekend. Yeah. And so yeah, it was like 2 builds a weekend, and then that quickly ran out. And then later down the line, we were just so busy we needed 4 builders instead of 3. So I came and helped out.
Okay.
Someone said so. Oh, okay. Yeah, Nakey Jakey. No. I'm not gonna read the comment, but no. There's some like reasonable explanation for why that happened, but it's probably best not to get into that.
I hope we get something from the lawsuit. I don't care. It's like $50. I still get something. Yeah, I like some part of my paycheck.
Yeah. Oh, Kenny Down Under. Yeah, no, we weren't. It wasn't purely a weekend thing.
I think you just remember me on the weekend.
Yeah, so like I said, for a short time they were considering splitting the team up into a weekday team and a weekend team.
Which I was very happy when that ended.
Because we were like, we were doing 4 builders for a long time.
Yeah.
Cranking out like what, 20 to 28 or something a day. Yeah. Which is bonkers between 4 people, but yeah, they broke them up to try to get some more coverage on the weekends, and I took over the weekend stream and lasted a little while.
Yeah, that was fun.
Then stuff started company started falling apart,
Going downhill. When will ARC GPUs be offered in a build? Probably it'll be a very long time. We want to make sure that ARC GPUs are like performing.
Yeah, it's tight.
Like you're actually going to get a performance
This PSU in burst.
boost for using ARC.
When the new graphics cards come out, how long do you think you guys will wait, assuming it's like a typical cycle that's not pandemic, ridden, where you can't get any graphics card for a while? Once they come back in stock, would you try to quickly redo all your builds to have the latest and greatest, or would you still try to be running some, RTX 3000 series in the builds?
I think it's really, really going to depend on pricing and availability.
Yeah, because our distributors have already kind of told us, like, we have priority people that we give stuff to, and like we're kind of on the bottom of the list because we're new, and yeah, we'll just have to see.
Yeah, and I think it's also something that we need to talk about as a team, because like me personally, I'd love it if we can get in on the new generation, but whether that's like realistic, we have to see.
God forbid it's not like another GPU Great Depression or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If monkeypox can't be handled and we go into another type of pandemic because of it or something, that would be the only thing that I would think.
Found out it was transmitted by shipping GPUs.
Yes.
Yeah, like I'm personally, I'm really happy that Intel is coming into the GPU space, because
It's going to be a hot sec before their GPUs are like really, really ready.
yeah, but it'll be cool to see some more competition.
Yeah.
Yes.
GPU famine. Yeah.
I feel like there's so much competition right now already. Like, again, Jason's gonna call me a fanboy if he's still here, but like AMD has pushed the prices on across the board on all their cards so low, and for the product that they give, I think it's tremendous value. But people aren't touching it still because Nvidia, has so much control in the market. So even if Intel Arc stuff finally, gets their stuff together, gets the driver stuff fixed, and the optimization in games, I feel like people still wouldn't really want to touch it compared to what Nvidia has built up in their empire over so many years. So I don't have that much faith that they're gonna get enough market share. I think there'll just be like another AMD, where AMD and Intel are like the same small market share, and Nvidia still dominates. But that's just me.
That's a good point. I never thought about that.
Safe bet.
I
Yeah.
know a lot of reason why we didn't offer like the high end AMD, I guess that redacted, was because a lot of people had problems with them. Like I know, especially like sim racers and
The one Halo was the 6800 XT we got.
Oh yeah. The
It was fucking DOA.
yeah.
It
Yeah.
was like one
The Halo Edition card.
Halo
or something.
Edition 6800 XT, whatever it was,
Yeah.
was on arrival. Just plug it in, click, nothing.
I wanted to see that thing.
That was depressing.
Like the Master Chief Edition.
Yeah.
Yeah, apparently they don't perform as well in a lot of like sim games, like racing and flight simulator and stuff.
Okay.
I'm just basing that off what people
Yeah.
told me that have played sims. I guess they have their own, forums they talk about it on.
Mhm.
Because I remember that we had someone that wanted to skip the GPU queue by switching their order and getting the toxic.
That's right.
But the reason they didn't go through with it was because it didn't work well with the racing
It
sims.
was like iRacing or something.
Yeah,
Okay.
that they play. And like I was supposed to. They were requesting that I build that one.
Oh,
I was doing my hardest to sell those 6900
stupid
XT
toxics. Yeah, you were bringing them out like every stream.
Kind of like posted up like behind me while I was working. I was like, "There's only 3 left." That was a cool card though. I like that.
All right, I'm gonna get about done.
Okay.
Wells is wrapping up our new Syren here.
All right, then it would have been roughly 50 minutes to an hour per build, which I mean, you guys have been talking basically the entire time, so.
Well, I've not built in this case before, so I think that I could do it faster
Mhm.
with some repetition.
Yeah. I'm excited to actually check out that case. I have my own opinions on Montech. I've used them on the channel before. They've sent me stuff. And some of their previous cases, the non-premium ones, there's a reason they were budget and cost less. But this one definitely looks like it's a step up that they're trying to compete with, some of the other bigger house brands.
Yeah, I've got a couple opinions on some things, but for the most part, it's been a at least a pleasant case to building. It's not my favorite, but it's not like the first couple times I built in a deep cool case where I was ready to just pop it into the lake.
Wait, which deep cool case?
I think it would have been the Matrix 50.
Oh,
Matrix
Just-
50.
It's so
Oh,
many wires to start, and they're all
come on,
like
the CG 540 or 560.
the CGs were fun.
I feel like that was.
I don't know. Part of the thing is by the time we got to the CG and the CK, we were used to Deep Cool's bullshit.
That's
The
true.
problem was that Nick just sort of dumped these Deep Cool cases in front of us from his like build PCs clowns. And,
Yeah, Beers and Bacon is asking, is that Team Group RAM? I think it.
it sure is.
Okay, yeah.
Keyforce Delta R.
Yep. Question for Ryan, Pat Wells, and Nerd on a Budget. If you had to pick a MMO class, what would you pick and why?
oh.
I like to do either like the very typical stuff or not typical stuff. So like typical. So like I don't know. I feel like like swordsman, barbarian, like that kind of not ringing any bells.
I get the concept. I just don't play those games.
If you were a fantasy class character, is what the question would essentially be for you then. Like, are you like an archer, a healer, a knight,
Maybe
Yeah.
like a 2-hand like barbarian. Like
I like the idea of like healing, but also like tanking and stuff, or like
what is the most like chaotic like
I think you'd be. I think you'd do barbarian.
I'm gonna fuck everybody up like
Yeah, you'd be barbarian.
inadvertently.
Yeah, no,
And
Wells
not
would
on
be,
purpose.
Wells would be barbarian.
oh, when I did play WoW, I played a Resto Shaman, so I was a healer.
Okay. Yeah, the majority of my WoW career was as a hunter, but when I came back for WoW Classic, I was a warrior just because the tank class, it's always needed. So I wanted to play a high demand class that could get me into parties quicker. And then I just ended up really liking tanking and being, someone that the party relied on. So I would say I would shifted from like a hunter type class to like a tanky role.
See you, Nunchi.
Later, Nunchi.
Okay, so a question is, what games do you guys play, or what were you playing most recently when you had time? Because I know you guys are probably super busy now, but like, what are the games or genres you gravitate to?
Right now, the only two things that I play are Grand Theft Auto 5 and Forza Horizon 5.
Do you play that online, by the way, or just like the story mode on Grand Theft Auto? Oh, okay, nice.
And I've been, now that they've done like with the Criminal Enterprise update, they've sort of added some quality of life stuff, and so you can do a lot of like cell missions and nightclub sourcing stuff in private lobbies. Because I don't like playing with other people. I think just like going into a public lobby, it's like
horrible.
If you aren't dealing with cheaters who are flying buses around the map shooting lasers at you, you're just dealing with people running around on the oppressor trying to shoot you. They did reduce the effectiveness of the Oppressor Mark II rockets, which was cool. It's still frustrating.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm a huge Pokemon fan, so like I play a lot of Pokemon, but kind of like at Redacted around that time, I like played Skyrim because I hadn't played in a long time, and I just wanted to like get back into gaming and sit down and just like have something that I knew I could sink a lot of hours into.
Yep.
Like one of the last games that I like played for the first time and finished was Deathloop. I had a lot of fun with that.
Okay.
Yeah, now I'm mainly just using it as like a time filler, but I play World of Warships, Escape from Tarkov a little bit.
Okay.
Maybe some Rust.
Gotcha. Okay.
Beers and Bacon is asking like what starter am I gonna go with a new Pokemon? I haven't decided between Sprigatito or Fuecoco.
Gesundheit. Bless you.
I'm leaning more towards Sprigatito because
Bless you.
because Rowlet is my favorite Pokemon. Usually I do fire types, but Rowlet
is there a new Pokemon coming out soon?
It's coming November 18th.
Okay.
We just got new information on it.
Okay.
Wait, so starters from previous generations?
No, it's like a new generation, so there's new starters. It's a grass type cat, a fire type crocodile, and a water type duck.
Wow, they totally didn't just reuse.
No, it's hilarious. Quaxley is the water type duck. It looks like a sassy Donald Duck. It's hilarious.
Don't tease me.
It's hilarious.
Don't tease me.
Like the like replacement for like HMs are like you ride around on the legendaries, and like the themes for the game is like one is past and one is future, and it's freaking hilarious because one of them is literally like a motorcycle. It like has wheels that like you drive around on,
like a synthetic Pokemon, like Porygon Z or something like that.
Sort of, yeah. And like that's the future Pokemon, and then the past like legendary Pokemon, it has wheels, but it just runs anyways. It's hilarious. It's-
Okay.
Imagine if a motorcycle had 4 legs and ran on that instead of its wheels.
Dang, what's going on in your chat?
Someone just gifted how many memberships? Like 10, it looks like. Doback Slaps, thank you for the gifted memberships. There's way too many names for me to read. It just keeps popping up, each of the new members. So thank you, Doback Slap. He's donated a ton in the past, basically getting most of the people in my chat to members so that they could use the different emojis and stuff that I have set up. But thank you, Doback Slaps.
Okay. Get in there.
Looks like he's done.
I'm
Yeah.
done.
You're done? All right. So the backside looks clean. I'll take a closer look once it's actually here, though. But I mean, given the amount of time that you were working on it, it's looking good.
Thank you.
Look at those giant 140 millimeters.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
crazy.
Big.
Nice.
Okay, do you want lights?
Okay.
If this doesn't turn on, you guys are gonna see a grown man cry. So, just bear with me.
Yo, is that Lazy Susan the Crown Mark 2721? What is that? What is the Crown Mark 2721?
Have no idea, but it is a Lazy Susan.
Oh, it just looks like a very expensive, like... actually, no. It looks like just maybe a popular one from Amazon with a ton of 5-star ratings. I have it pulled up right now on my browser, but... do you know if you got that from Amazon?
What is it?
The Lazy Susan.
Oh, I got the Lazy Susan for $40 from Wayfair.
Okay, the one on Amazon is $40, but it is not the it probably isn't the Crown Mark then, Jason.
The 21-inch.
Yeah. Oh, the other one's 21-inch though.
Apparently the Ferrari of Lazy Susans.
Yeah.
All right, let's get this show on the road.
All right, here's our new Syren built for the first time.
3, 2, 1, hit, wapa.
Oh,
There it is, first
Whoa.
time at least powered on, but yeah, very nice.
First order, I guess, for this model anyway.
These
Yeah, it's gonna be
boards,
a little.
these boards do this. Don't worry. Don't fret.
It's gonna be a little awkward because we're gonna have sirens that were ordered before the website changed. We're gonna build those.
I think we just
So you guys do have some Sirens lined up. It was just that it just happened that this first one being built is going to me.
Yeah.
Okay.
oh,
Which we had like some issues because last week we were supposed to get DDR4 motherboards, but instead they sent us DDR5. So that kind of like messed up the build queue a little bit.
So here's the glass. It is literally just see-through.
Yep.
I mean,
it's got airflow just like the
yeah,
Corsair.
it's got, like Corsair, it's got these vents here, so you're not actually choking the
Yeah.
choking the fans like crazy.
Okay.
And then here is the mesh front as well, which is honestly pretty see-through as well.
Airflow.
Airflow. It's got
Okay.
a lot of flow. Ah.
Yeah, yeah. It's nice you get your choice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's awesome. I love that they do that.
We had a question from B. What NVMe's is going into the Syren? Because I think if we look at the website, does it specify the storage?
I don't think so. We leave it intentionally blank so that we have a little bit of freedom to like
Mhm.
get whatever is gonna, work well, but also like give a good price so that we can pass that on to the customer. But
Yeah.
Block brand, but it is a Gen 3.
Okay. Do you order like those in bulk at all ahead of time? So like, do you know for the next stack if you already have lined up SSDs ready to go?
We do have a bulk of right now. We do have a bulk of P and Y So that's what's
BMI,
going in.
Okay.
Our 1 terabyte builds.
Master Singleton, we answered that earlier. The short answer is basically for like search engine stuff. We spelled it weird so that we would show up better on search engines.
All right.
Yeah.
Some lights for the cables. I feel like the light makes it look worse.
Shout out.
Spaghetti.
Yeah, this is our whole process. We just kind of make it like a hangout, like just a couple of guys building PCs, whatever.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it was a pretty chill stream. Okay, I just realized it's well over 2 hours into the stream, so I think this is a pretty good time to, I guess, wrap it up.
Yeah.
So I first of all want to thank, the 3 of these guys here from Phynix PC for joining us on this stream, allowing us to ask you guys and grow you with questions and, answering everything that the viewers had to ask. Because this is going on the Twitch side of things too. For the people who are following Phynix PC and don't know who I am, thank you for, just tuning in and hanging out. But yeah, anything else you guys want to say before I end the stream?
No, thank you so much for showing up and talking with us and hanging out. We have a lot of fun doing this stuff too, and we love like getting to answer questions and talk about this stuff because we've put so much time and effort into building this. It's good to answer questions and hang out and have fun.
It's like when you feel properly prepped for the test.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much for sitting down and talking with us and hanging out.
Yeah, thanks for hanging out.
Yep, for sure. Let's see.
Definitely look forward to see what kind of nitpicks you got.
Oh yeah,
Cool.
I'm looking forward to. And then for everyone who's watching, this isn't like sponsored or anything. I'm just trying to give coverage to a company of passionate employees that kind of got screwed over. But when I get the systems to look at it and I look at their website and everything, it's all going to be like impartial, no bias. If I need to give them any feedback, I will. So be on the lookout for that video where I review, their workmanship.
Yeah, absolutely. I know we said it before, but we love feedback. So
Yeah.
All right, and then to all the viewers, all the members who came back to the stream, as always, thanks for the support. And for my own personal content, I know I haven't uploaded a video for a couple of weeks. I have a big one in the pipeline. Most of you should already know what it is. I sent a fake graphics card to StockX. I actually successfully did it. We're in the process of them dealing with the buyer and the customer support side of things. Once we get a definite answer on how they are going to handle it, the video will release. I have it edited, ready to go. I don't want to release a video and then StockX sees the video and then changes up how they're going to react. So that's the only thing I'm waiting for. So keep on the lookout for that. But other than that, I hope everyone has a great rest of the week and, weekend coming up. And I will see you next week on the stream and whenever that video releases. Bye.
I'll be looking for the video.
yeah, that's hilarious.
All right.
Okay.
All right.